Hey everybody, how's it going? Dale here. Today I got this ACER Nitro 5 gaming laptop, 17.3 inch, 3-inch model. Quick little repair, just got to replace the battery. So I'm going to show you how to open it up. I'm going to pop in a new battery. It's a 58 watt or 57.28 watt hour battery. Pretty straightforward, a couple screws I believe. And the exact model of this laptop is AN517-51-56YW. The ACER Nitros, a lot of them use the same kind of battery, but I'll put the model number of the battery on the screen there for you. So in case you need to get it, it's pretty simple. So I'm just simply gonna flip it over. Now I've already taken out all the screws except this one. I'm just use a good #1 Phillips with a good magnetic tip so you can pull them up out of the deep recessed holes like this. So you can get a good hold on it there. Boom. All the screws are the same length, same type, so it doesn't really matter which screw goes back into which hole. And to open it, I'm just going to use my trusty triangle spudger tool. And the best way and safest way on these is to start along the front seam here. Right here where the bottom meets the top, the palm rest. Don't be going in on the side if you can help it, because it's really easy to booger up the edges here. Somebody already did over here. I think they did that, the seller, because they added more RAM. It's got 32 gigabytes of DDR4. So you don't want to be prying on the sides, just in the front and maybe a little along the back using a nylon little tool like this. I have links below where you can get this stuff. And also protect yourself from static electricity before you get inside. All our bench tops and floors are all anti-static, so I don't need to worry about it. But I'm simply going to take my little spudger tool here, pop it in the seam here. You'll see these open up quite easily, usually. Just got to get in there and do a little prying. I got to get it out here where I can reach it. Here's a little click in there, which is good. And then just gently, if you just gently put a little mild force, you don't want to just peel it off. Don't do that. Don't worry about that side over there. I'm going to take my little tool here, just carefully put it in here, do a little prying. Don't go in too far with it though, because you don't want to damage components on the inside. There's a seam along the back here where it meets the red here, the aluminum. So sometimes you got to get your spudger tool in there, but usually, there it goes. Usually if you just kind of jiggle it carefully without prying it off, it should pop right loose like it did here. So that's it. And don't touch anything you don't have to. All we're going to do here is take out 2 screws, I believe. There's going to be one right here in the corner. This is the battery right here, and there's one over on this side right here. And we're going to disconnect it from the main board right here. The cable just slides back out of the connector slot there. So I'm going to disconnect that first using my little nylon tool here. They come out quite easily, just like that. Okay. And there's a little piece of tape here I got to pry up off the battery. Just a little protective, holding the wires down basically. And get my screws out. Quick little repair, hopefully. The battery on this obviously is shot. It only charges like 52% and it stops. And a lot of times the computer won't even turn on unless you have it plugged in. So, I've seen that many times. New battery should take care of it. So we're just gonna carefully lift the old battery out, just like that. Take our new battery, carefully set it back in place. Hopefully it's the right battery. Okay, what do we got down? Oh, it's got the little spongy pads down there. As long as this front goes in, we should, there it goes. Just make sure it seats down in there all the way. Oop, there it goes. Put my screws back in. And even though the battery is disconnected, don't be touching stuff. I didn't hit the power button to discharge any residual juice that might be flowing around in there. But I work on a ton of these Nitro 5s, usually SSD upgrades, and it's got a 2.5-inch hard drive bay over here. The cable usually ships in the box. the SATA cable to connect it to the motherboard over here. It's got two M.2 slots. One's being occupied right now, but an empty one. Usually the empty one is a combo slot, so you can put an a SATA M.2 drive in there as well. There it goes. These aftermarket batteries sometimes don't fit exactly, so you gotta do a little fudging. But yeah, that's all there was to mount the battery. Now we're gonna carefully hook it back up. Let me get my tape out of here. Shoot, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm glad I caught that. The tape got a hold of the darn tape. The little ribbon connector here that connects to the motherboard for the keyboard backlight. Now I just got to reconnect it. I'm glad I noticed that. Actually, that's got to go under the tape. Ugh. So I'm doing something here. I got to reconnect this little cable right here to this little connector. It pulled out. Glad I noticed it. Would eventually notice it once I got it all back together. Just going to slide it back in. Take my tape back off of here. Don't really need that tape, but and got to run this. The way they do this, they put all this extra cable along here. Let me see. Now the red wires are going to go this way. Just slide that back in there. I just something I know because I've disconnected these a few hundred times. I know my hand's in the way, but just trying to be delicate. Come on. Sorry guys. Try with my left hand. I'm right-handed, but it seems like I do this up there with my left hand. Just be very careful on those wires. They're extremely thin and small and very fragile. Just want to make sure you get that connected all the way, so there's no issues. All right. I just have this cable running down there like that. And I'll put my little piece of tape back over. A little connector there. Somewhere in there. It's not the end of the world if you don't put the tape on, but you might as well. I'm going to go ahead and set the cover back on it just for safety's sakes. But this laptop's probably only about 7 or 8 months old, and the battery was shot. It probably would have been covered under warranty, but the customer decided, you know, it's going to cost me $40 to ship it to Texas or wherever, I think Texas, on these ACERs, and then have to wait God knows how long to get it back. And I told him, you know, let's just put in a battery. It's going to be a lot quicker and a lot cheaper doing it that way. So that's that. And I'll have a link down below for the battery and the other stuff. But I just want to get this set back in place. Oops. Make sure everything's pushed down. All right. I'm going to wait to put all the screws back in, like I always do when I'm inside a laptop, just in case. But always be careful when you're squeezing too. Make sure you don't squeeze too hard on the lid because you got a screen back there. You don't want to booger up. But that'll at least let us test it real quick with the power button, and it comes on. So, because before, like I said, most of the time it wouldn't even turn on with the old battery. Gonna plug in the AC adapter, get this thing charged up, and boom. Let me plug in my cord real quick, as long as it's right here. Nice laptop, 17-inch, not a bad looking screen. It's 144 Hertz. Full HD, of course. It's got the 9th Gen Core i5, lots of RAM. Good little gaming rig. And just make sure it's detecting, which it is. Good, it's at 79%, it's charging. So, that's it on a battery replacement on Nitro 5 17-inch. That's all I got on this one, guys. Check out more of my videos. If you would, please hit the subscribe and like button. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.